Hello, kindred spirits. This is Allison, your cheeky, rebellious stylist. So, today, what's there for me? Whoa, my body's giving me some messages, and so I'm like, I'm going to do a lot of tapping today. So, in recent times, I've been watching a little bit of Robert Smith with the Faster EFT, and this morning both feet have been sort of like, ooh, I feel like I got broken bits in me and my lower back is sore, and so it's like I let it go. It's okay to let it go. It's safe to let it go. I let it go now. I let it go now. Peace. I let it go. It's safe to let it go. Letting it go. Peace. So if you've got any little things that are percolating in your brain that you're like, oh, when that person cut me off in the traffic and rah, 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 it's like, it's okay to let it go. I let it go. It's safe to let it go. Peace. And just tap on it. So for all of us, there'll be patterns that are in our life, and it seems like our physical body is saying, no, stop, you can't do it, you can't, you need to just put on the handbrake. And there's a term metaphysical, so the mental that affects the physical. And so ultimately everything that goes on in this physical body is triggered by a mother lode or a thought, a belief that's sitting in here. And so with our physical aches and pains, yes, we may kick our toe and so on, but also there's some business that's going on in here. And so ever notice how you might be at a dinner party and everything's going great and you're full of energy, and then the subject changes to something else that triggers something inside of here, and all of a sudden you're sitting there going, oh, I'm really, really tired. I'm overwhelmingly tired. And you're convinced that you're tired. And then the subject changes, and 10 minutes later, you're alive and as awake as. And the subject's changed, the belief that was triggered is gone, and you're on to a new subject. And so it's like how to watch the sneakiness of us in that, whether it be physical symptoms, whether it be yawning, tired, and just going, I'm watching you, and what's behind what appears to be real and physical. And, so it's sort of like, I'm tired and exhausted, and it's like, yes, but what have you been thinking about in the last 10 minutes that has triggered you being really confronted and just going, there's no way through this. This is my lot in life. It can't be any different. And just go, okay, I'm letting go of this lot. I don't know quite what it is. It's safe to let it go. It's okay to let it go. Peace. And let it go. And, just recently I've been experimenting with, a situation that happened with someone where, as a young teenager, what was there for me was that I was completely paralyzed in this situation with this older man. And, and there's touching, there's sucking, there's, all these what you call inappropriate things going on, photos being taken. I left that situation and I was completely numb. I was like this little robot that just left and just went, what the hell just happened? And it was interesting that when I first did the tapping on that, very much I could feel the sensation of me being in the chair and him touching me and, doing things to me. And then after continuing to tap, what was happening was almost like I was a witness. I was out there, I was observing, and it shifted the emotion and the judgment that I had about, me, not yelling, screaming, doing something. And, I promise you, this simple little technique, which I've had a dear friend sharing with me for many years, I have so underutilized. And, I'm really beginning to get more present to the gift of how simple this is and how rapid this is to shift things that are really confronting or not so confronting, and to tap on the physical thing. And so what's there for me today is there's a number of physical things that are showing up, and it's like, okay, is that real? Is it true? Can I let it go? I can let it go. It's safe to let it go. because clearly there's some things triggered in here about what I'm up to, you know, setting up my business, expanding my business, increasing my income, increasing, you know, the services that I offer in the world, that there's a little bit of a, yeah, sure, as if you could, you know, and it's like, thank you, let it go, let it go. It's safe to let it go. Peace. So, take what you will from this, but I invite you, if there's anything where physically there's symptoms turning up, if there's been events in your life where there's what you would call trauma around it and a lot of self-judgment, and that's triggered a whole world of perfectionism in you, that you strive, that you're relentless, a relentless workaholic, all of these behaviors, sexaholic, drinkaholic, socialaholic, avoidaholic, you know, and we'll all have our avoidance in our chosen little niche. And, you know, to the untrained eye, you know, we can look like we're working really hard. That's like, no, we're working really hard at avoiding something that's there for us to transform. So, get online, check it out, Faster EFT with Robert Smith. He's got literally hundreds and hundreds of videos that will give you an inroad. So trust that the one that you find, like set your intention before you get on there to find the one that resonates with you, that connects, that he has a conversation about something that, you know, opens a doorway for you to shift, move and transform something that is a stopper in your life and is actually limiting your joy, your experience, your freedom and your capacity to be right now, and that you stop ruminating about the past and going over and over and over this event, how it could have been different, should have been different, you know, what if, that you can shift that and actually really get now. And also that things that you're planning and that in your heart of hearts would love to create, but there's this world of confront of like, oh my goodness, I'm clueless how I can do that, that we can shift that as well. And that physical stuff that's right here, right now, that literally within minutes we can shift it. So go play with some tapping today. I can let it go, letting it go. It's safe to let it go. Blow it all out. Peace. You know, and interestingly, when you grab this point, that's where the pericardium point is, which is Niguan, the inner parts. And so if we're ever going to get to our heart and unconditional acceptance, that's the point. So just trust these points you're tapping on. They're ancient meridian points. They have tremendous metaphysical value. And once again, we can go into that at another time. So enjoy shifting, moving, shaking up and using this really simple little technique to move stuff so that you're freer and the more lit up version and lighter version of you right here, right now. Keep playing, keep exploring, and keep being on your team. Bye for now.